Hey Virgs, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Virgs, we have the mirror and the empty room, the creator, Bardo, the starborn, agape, and the vision. I wonder if some of y'all aren't dealing with some Cappies or have Cappy in your chart because this feels very similar to their read. But really and truly, I kind of want to just say, Virgos, you guys have been in an energy of really trying to see yourselves in situations, like understand like who you are, how you operate, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Like if we don't have that level of self-awareness, then anybody can tell us anything and push us in any direction that we want to go. And I feel like there's been this idea of you wanting to really focus on, focus on the little details of something when like big picture something else isn't working. And it's like you can focus on the details till kingdom come, but if the structure's burnt down, like sweeping the room's not going to help. Like I feel like there's just been this like really big like not even paying attention to the things you need to pay attention to. Like you've been too busy trying to clean up things that it's like you can't clean that up, you can't fix that, right? Like whether it's in a relationship, and it's like, okay, like this person has anger issues or like abusive tendencies, and you can go around and you can pick up the mess after they clean, but it doesn't change the fact that they're abusive. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those types of energies, and it's like, okay, well, you need to stop trying to clean up all of these little messes and exit the building, right? Stop. But I think you do that and you feel like you failed. Like what did I do wrong? What could I have done different? What could I have done better? And I think in this end, really having to see everything for what it is, right? Like if you exit the building and it's like you were trying to clean the room and now you see the whole house, and it's like, what could you have done, truly. And I think that with this awareness, seeing how it is that you were being fractured out, seeing how it is that your gifts and your skills were not being utilized to their full potential, and understanding how it is that you can create that next step, that next phase, because I feel like it's time for elevation, it's time for change, it's time to be done with being sold short, with focusing your attention and your gifts on something that like ultimately it doesn't do anybody any good. Because going back to that house analogy, like cleaning up the rooms of a burning down house is senseless. You might be really great at cleaning, you might be really great at organizing, but what good does that do anybody in that situation, right? Like know your audience, know your gifts, type of deal, right? Whew. 4 of Cups, 7 of Cups, the 8 of Swords. I feel like there's just been a lot of lack. There's been a lot of self-doubt that you've experienced because of a misguided point of attention, point of focus, and that you're really having to face your fears to go for a new opportunity that I think is going to elevate. I mean, there's a lot of elevation here. The vision, the starborn, King of Pentacles, the star, I feel like there's just an idea here of like, there's a lot of good that can come from all of this. If for no other reason than that, you've gotten a better sense of self-awareness, and you are, sorry, like the sun is moving, and so I must as well. Okay. But there's a better sense of, like if these are the skills that I have, rather than invest these skills into, an arena that is going to, basically prove to be a fruitless endeavor, then I need to very quickly shift gears to invest my creative juices in something that will heal a version of myself that feels lost, taken for granted, like it's not enough. Facing that so that you can rise up into what it is that you really want, what it is that you really see for yourself, whether that's with your business, with your family, with your love life, however that plays out. It just feels like there's been a large investment in something that like pouring all of the water into a bucket with a hole in it, and it's like you might have a lot to give, but if there's a big old hole, ultimately you're giving it into nothing, right? You're investing into nothing. And the reality of it is that you need to let that go and invest in yourself. Again, which is like just been solid in your reads of like, stop pouring into things that aren't going to appreciate what you have to offer. Don't chase things down that won't appreciate your gifts and your assets. Like don't try and force things because it's what you think it needs to be, because, and I say this with gentle, because Virgs, you guys are so detail oriented, and you do tend to like go in and you want to like control the details of everything. On the shadow side, like on the positive side, I would say that you're organized and you do pay attention to detail. But if you're dealing with somebody who does not want that to happen, then it's meddlesome and it's bothersome, and it's like, why are you nitpicking everything that I do? And like why do you even include me in this? If you think you can do it better, then do it yourself. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like been this shadow side of this energy that you've been existing in, and feeling like maybe you're too nitpicky, maybe you're too, you know what I mean? And just like feeling like, well, maybe I'm all of these things. And it's like, well, it's not that you're too much of that. It's just that like you're dedicating it to somebody who doesn't align with that vision, or somebody who doesn't, you know what I mean? And having to really like make a decision and go forth with an offer, I want to say, that might scare you a little bit because you're afraid that it won't pan out, but you never know until you try. And I think that there is, like a decision to go for something that's a new opportunity or a new resolution or solution, that really enables you to exist in all of those things that you were wanting, like a financial abundance. I mean, 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. 4 of Wands is like happy wife, happy life type of energy. And I think that you are making some decisions that are going to quickly enable you to move forward, utilizing the skill set that had previously felt like it was more of a burden than a blessing. Okay, Virgs, let's do one last read for y'all, and we'll call it a read. The Sword, the Temple, and the Forest. Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like what is it that I want? Do I just want to be in control of a situation, or do I want to, like bring something, bring my talents to the table so that I can really work with other people? And I think that you're having to release a need to control, something that maybe you didn't really want to control it in the first place, but like somehow you ended up in a position where you were like, okay, well, somebody's got to take charge, so I guess I will. And relieving yourself from that mentality or that habit of connectivity, and moving in a direction that is a little unfamiliar to you, and yet it's somewhere where you feel like, okay, like I may not totally understand this, but I'll get there and I'll fit there far better, far more quickly than I would if I would have been trying to force things over here. I love that, Bergs. I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.